What's up, I'm Finn. So I got back from Japan 1 week ago at the time of recording this video. I was there for a student exchange program with one other student from my school. I stayed 3 weeks, and while I was there, I had the opportunity to make some art, so I thought I'd share it with you. So the night I arrived in Tokyo, I drew this in my sketchbook. 9 days later, we had art room and took an arts class in school. That morning, I drew this. And I drew these kanji in preparation for what we were going to do in the art class. So in the art class, we carved some kanji that sounded like our names into stone and tried calligraphy, which I sucked at. Kanji are Chinese characters that have been adapted for the Japanese language. The stone we used was relatively soft, and we used metal tools to scratch our design into the stone. For the calligraphy, I wrote Yume, which means dream, and here's what the stamp looks like. On my last day in Japan, my host brother and I attended a Nihonga workshop taught by Maria Tanikawa. The night before, I made this sketch to figure out what I'd be painting. So Nihonga-Traditional Japanese painting. But it really isn't about the subject matter or the style in which you paint. It's just about the paints you use and how you prepare them. So we started out by transferring a sketch onto some Japanese paper, which is the same one we used for the calligraphy. Then we outlined the sketch in sumi ink made from an inkstone. We used oyster shell and mineral pigments. The pigments come in powder form with varying degrees of fineness. You mix the pigment with water and this stuff called grue. Grue is an oil made from fish scales and bones. So I just realized that I'm a dumbass. So in Japanese, the sound for L and R is kind of the same. It's like some sort of tone in between. So when Miss Tanikawa was telling me that you mix the grue with the paint, she was actually saying glue. For some colors, the final paint was like any other water-based paint, so kind of like watercolor or gouache. But for other colors, the pigment didn't really combine with the liquid that much. So it was kind of like moving sand-sized granules of pigment around in water. And you kind of had to scoop up the pigment grains with your brush and then move it around on the paper. I painted a portrait from a picture I found online, and you can really see the pigment grains in the darker areas as well as the yellow side of his face. Alright, thank you all so much for watching this little video, and I'll see you in the next one.